welcome to my channel. I'm Alex, and today we are doing more gouache painting practice. So after my last video where I did kind of more smaller paintings on a spread, I wanted to do a bigger painting because I really badly wanted to paint a full background in gouache. Now I'm not at that stage yet where I'm ready to take on like a full detailed one with like bookcases or trains or there's a lot of buildings or all that stuff yet, but I wanted to do one that did have a full background and took up the full page. So I was kind of thinking, what did I want to paint and what vibes was I feeling, and I was thinking about lavenders and more plants, so I decided to draw what I'm drawing now. I don't know if I've actually drawn someone in 3/4 view in a while. I've been drawing a lot of straight on, so I decided I wanted to draw a 3/4 view. This one is actually pretty good. I used to be even better at doing 3/4 view, but I stopped doing it for a while. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny because most people are like, "Oh my god, I draw straightforward all the time. I need to go and draw 3/4 view to take a break from straight on." But it feels the complete opposite for me, which is why I've been drawing straight on for so long, because I've been drawing 3/4 for even longer before that. But anyway, enough about that. This drawing was inspired by a picture I saw on Pinterest, or actually like 3 that I saw on Pinterest. I saw this lady with a crown braid. I saw another lady with flowers in her hair, and like she had like a little bun. And I saw another lady picking flowers from like a flower bush or something. But all the theme was like green and purple. So I decided that's kind of what I wanted to do, and I kind of mixed them all together. So yeah. For her outfit is actually kind of easy to choose. I gave her like an off the shoulder flowy top thing, just because I used to draw those a lot because I really like them. But yeah, here I am putting huge yellow streaks across the painting. Kind of a little bit of a mistake, but I end up fixing it later. The reason is because I had just finished watching a bunch of gouache painting videos, and for lighting, they would put streaks of yellow and surround the rest of the space in a darker color to make that spot they wanted to be brighter than everything else and have a yellowish undertone. My mistake was that I didn't blend the yellow good enough. It probably would have been better to do the yellow streaks as watercolor, but also my other mistake was I didn't think about where the shadows would be on her face. So her face, that part that has the yellow on it, wouldn't really have light on it because it would be shielded by her hair. But I did not think about that, so that spot was kind of brighter, which was odd. But I do fix it in the end. Also, I know you don't, so you can't notice it that well, or maybe you did, but in the corner of the drawing, she is holding her hat. Because I did give her a big hat with a bow on it, just to fill in some of the space and allow me to put a little more color and stuff. And the sky that you can see just a little bit in the background, it was so much fun to blend the pink and orange and blue to make that nice color, and it was really easy as well. And here, I guess my favorite thing, I was rendering the hair out a bit just to make it a little bit darker. And then I used some of her hair color on her top lip just to make it a bit darker. Just because, I don't know, I just like to make the top lip darker. Here I'm working on the bush behind her. Of course, something awesome about gouache being an opaque paint is that I don't have to worry about leaving the flowers that I drew. I don't have to worry about not coloring over them because I can draw them back on top, or paint them back on top. So yeah, I was able to just render the bush without worrying about the flowers at all. And then here I'm adding to her eyes. I did her eyes quite slow, so normally I would just do the eyes all in one go. Because I made her eyes brown, I would go in with yellow on the bottom, orange in the middle, and dark brown on the top. But that kind of blends all up, and then it just doesn't do exactly what I wanted to. So instead, I put yellow, painted a bunch of other stuff, and then once the yellow was dry, I went on top with the orange. Once that dried, I went on top with the brown. So it made her eyes come out really nice. And then here I'm going over her lips with some of a lavender color. And now I'm shading her skin some more and trying to cover up that yellow a bit on her face. Here I'm going over with her shirt with a light coat of lavender. For this gouache painting, I kept with a lot of diluted colors. And now I was looking at her face trying to figure out what is wrong, and I was like, oh, that's what's wrong. I forgot to put her eye whites back in. Here's where I was trying to fix the yellow, and I was like, oh no, that was a huge mistake. That was way too much brown. So I tried to dry it all up, but I couldn't. If you ever put a paint down and you don't want it and you can't dry it up, you can try putting a wet napkin on top of it. Now you want to only put it on the spaces that you want to lighten or try to remove, because it will kind of blend everything. This was where I was able to get it after that, and I needed to go take a break from that, so I painted her shirt some more and moved on to shading. Now I use some water to try and blend out all the colors to make her face a little smoother, and as that dried, I went back to working on her shirt. I learned from this painting, anytime something starts going wrong, I need to take a break and step back. Now for me, I don't really want to take a break from the entire painting, so I just work on another part of the painting. And then there I colored her finger. And now I'm kind of moving on to some line art with a brush to her eyes, which actually helped her have a lot sweeter look. Yeah, this is just a phase where I added some line art in general and a collarbone. And her braids kind of got lost in the sea of paint, so I tried to add a little bit of definition to make them come back, but not too much that they stand out weirdly. And then on the shirt I used purple paint for line art type stuff. Here I'm trying to shade it out, and I'm also trying to cover up the yellow on her shirt, because I didn't think about the fact that yellow and purple are opposites, so it's making that one spot on her top look quite mucky. So try to think ahead on those type of things. But the good thing is gouache is opaque, so it was easy to try to cover up and fix later. Here I'm adding back in the flowers, starting with little blobs of lavender paint, just because, you know, it's just the beginning. Then I decided to go over her top with the same lavender paint from the flowers, and I was like, that looks great. I think on this it looks a little more blue, but in person it is quite purplish lavender. And then here I'm adding all of the little reddish pinkish dots in the middle of the flowers. And the yellow centers. These flowers, I don't know what they're called, but I did a pretty simplified version of them. I did add some shading, but I didn't add too much because I didn't want to mess them up. So I think that the kind of more 2D flowers, though they don't really match the bush or the character in front of them, they still came out pretty nice. But here's my painting and all of my mess from this painting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye guys!